Alright, here we go. 50, 60, 70, more than 70. Look out. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Today I'm behind the wheel of a Jeep Wrangler 4XE Rubicon X. Yeah, I think I got the numbers and words correctly. I've been driving all week, and in this video I'll tell you things I like about it, things I don't like about it, which is mostly the price, because everything else is pretty darn good. This is a really cool Jeep Wrangler. I just got out some dirt roads. Let's go ahead and head back there. I'll do a walk around. I'll show you what's cool with this Jeep Wrangler X and why it's Rubicon X and why they call it that. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll come back on the road and tell you what's going on here on the pavement. This is a 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Rubicon X 4xE. Yep, that is the official name for this. It starts at $61,395. As equipped as you see it is $78,885. Now this is kind of a unicorn build, but what I mean by that is it's got every option selected, and it is the X package, so it's got all of the bells and whistles. Let's go through those bells and whistles, shall we? I think we shall. We have the Warren winch built in. It's a nice integrated piece there. You can see really well built into that. Easy to get the spool, easy to get the winch out of there. We have the blue tow hooks. That symbolizes the 4xE nature of it. We also have a steel bumper on the front and the rear. That's nice for off-roading, not so nice in front accidents. It's gonna hurt the vehicle or hurt you, whatever, but it is nice for off-roading. You hit rocks, whatever, no damage to the vehicle. We have the 4xE badging there as well. Okay. And we have the plug-in for the 4xE is here. I plugged it in, I got about 20 miles of range, doing some 65 mile an hour speeds around town. It takes, I don't know, it took about 8 hours or so on 110 charge. We have the Gorilla Glass by Corning. I don't know if you can with a glare. So I have Gorilla Glass, which is a upgraded windshield. It's meant to keep away rocks as far as damage to it, be more durable. Plus I have an acoustic coating on that, which is going to cut down on the sound inside the cabin. If you've ever ridden in a Jeep, you know they can be fairly loud on the road, just overall the way the design of that vehicle is. And this one has the acoustic coating on it, so it's actually 5 decibels quieter. So a whisper and rustling leaves is about 25 decibels. So this is 5 decibels lighter, so not a huge difference, just it's all about perspective. How about you feel about it, how it is. And also with that acoustic coating and the Gorilla Glass, there is some conversation online where it is keeping the cabin a little bit warmer as well. So there's your thoughts on that. A lot more of the upgraded stuff, the X package, is going to be inside the cabin. I'll just go ahead and work my way around this. So you do get a 2-liter turbocharged engine. This does have the 3.6 liter as well, and it does also have the 392. You can find a used market. I'm not sure they kept it at 2025. I believe they did. 392, which is their V8 version. This as well. The 4xE there, and the blue tow hook down there. Towing is 3,500 pounds if you decide to do that. And there is our towing setup with the hookups and the hitch receiver. And then I'm gonna open this door up. I had it all clean. I went off this off-roading trip, so yeah, it was all clean, I promise. The glass opens up here, and here is your end. So this can pop out. You can basically take off the top. The cool part with this one, it has the one-touch sky roof, which I'll show you that in a minute. And in here, it has the cable for plugging it in. It does have a 220 hook up there as well, and does have, and I was kind of surprised to see this. See if I can do this. Get my hand out of the way with this hand, with that hand. We'll see if I can just stay there for a minute. No, not gonna stay. All right, let me, so this is the Jeep 4xE with the power box. So this is an optional accessory, but you can get this and you can plug it in to your Jeep and run stuff off this power box, and you basically run off the 4xE's battery. And so I've been really curious about this, and I Googled it, and I looked up this Reddit guy, and he actually ran his house in the Pacific Northwest, was hit by a bomb cyclone last Tuesday, he says, and he used the Jeep to power his house. Now he has a transfer switch in his house, that's how he did it. So that way he can transfer power back and forth. So you have that all set up. But he basically said he was able to run all the lights in his house, the fridge, freezer in the garage, furnace, and large appliances, coffee machine and washer. Well, his furnace and dryer, natural gas. But what he did is basically he turned on the Jeep, he ran it for 2 hours, which charged the battery, and then he would turn it off and he would power the things in his house until the battery went out, turned on the vehicle and did it. Now he said he could leave the Jeep on, but he didn't like that because it would, what do you say? It would run, and then it would run off the battery, and then it would kill. Let's see. The problem with the mode is once the battery is charged, the engine won't turn on again. Once the battery is depleted, the power box is off, and the house runs out of power. So it does run continuously, and it said he come outside instead and would turn it on when he wanted to have power. So he did it manually as far as running the power in his house. So it's an interesting option, and I think it's great for like people going camping or people that are doing overlanding stuff. It gives you more options. I remember when I had the F-150 Power Boost, it had a battery on board set up or built into the sidewall, and that thing ran so quietly, I would just run it at night, and I could go camping with it and plug in stuff in the morning or at night and run off that truck. And because it has a sizable gas tank, I was able to run all night long. Because this stuff doesn't use that much power to, the vehicle doesn't use that much power to charge the battery. It's an interesting setup. So it is interesting. We're able to get more uses out of the plug-in hybrid systems by using these kind of setups, these power boxes, to have a more usable tool. Okay, let's check out the second row real fast. I really want to get up front because that's really where the changes are. But we have the controls there for the Windows, USBs, and a real nice, it's a household adapter back here as far as an inverter. Come down and you can have a real plug back here, which is really useful for off-roading and overlanding situations, having a real inverter, real household plug. And then we have, you can see the speakers built in there, really common for the Jeep Wrangler, have that bar going across. And then the doors do come off. I chose not to take them off this week. It's been kind of windy this week and hot, and I didn't feel like it. So, inside the cabin, I'll move this aside. Okay, close that. We have a little Jeep screen there. They made a change. They have the new Jeep screen there. We have the Uconnect 5, the 12.3-inch infotainment screen. I will turn it on for you guys. We'll power it on. Okay, it's on. There you go. So one more thing about this screen I forgot to talk to you about was it has some vehicle stuff on here as well. You can go through the e-hybrid mode. You can see what's going on, where the power is going to. Power distribution, different settings. I have the system in my Ram that I'm driving this year. I bought for the channel, RHO. You can adjust all this stuff. It's really incredible, everything that goes through the system. And you can do little drag and drop shortcuts, tons of stuff. One thing I like about my Ram that something you may consider is you get lots of fingerprints and stuff on the screen, scratches and things. I worked with my friends, Screen Pro Tech. They make a screen cover on this, and it keeps off some of the scratches, some of the fingerprint smudges. It's a film they put on top of this. It's like a cell phone cover, and it gives you a little tactile feel to it as well. And so as you're driving, your finger doesn't slide so fast. I really like it. I'll put a link down below in the description. Check it out. Screen Pro Tech. And again, it's a nice little screen cover on here. Keeps the screen lasting longer. And if you have any scratches, whatever, just peel it right off. And then you buy a new screen, put it on top of that. Nice screen protector for these screens. Let's see, I was looking at the heated front seats, heated steering wheel, acoustic front seat area carpet, the acoustic laminated front glass. We talked about that. I need to turn down the fans so that way you don't get bud. You can still hear me. Body color Rubicon high lane flare, blind spot cross path detection, remote start system, automatic high beam headlamp control, bunch of the steel front and rear bumper. We talked about that as well. It's got that trailer accessory switch. We talked about that. All weather floor mats from Mopar down there, and then that Sky Touch Power One roof. The Sky One Touch Power Top roof. So it's this here. So what you do is just press it once, and voila. And it's nice. It's $4,000, but it's one touch, and then you have that kind of that Jeep freedom they talk about all the time, right? So it goes all the way back, and then it will finish off. I hope they can do that on camera. And then you can, you know, boom, you have all of the nature that you can see in the right there. So it is pretty nice, I think. I've been using it. My kids don't seem like they like this Jeep Freedom thing. I don't know why my boys are like that, but I've been driving around with it off. It's nice to have that just one touch thing, not take the whole roof off, store it in your garage, that kind of deal. It's a $4,000 option, and then all you have to do is I'll press this button, I'll press it once, and then there you go. So it's basically a convertible, would be the way to say that, and voila. And you can do it up to speed. I'll see if I can't find the official speed on that, but I'm gonna say it's 30, 40 miles an hour. So if you're driving around, you want to pop it top, you just press the button, and there you go. Okay, let me just make sure I go through all that stuff. Napa leather seats, the 4-way power lumbar adjustable front seat, 8-way power adjustable driver seat, 8-way power front passenger seat, 4-way power lumbar driver seat and passenger seat, and then the 4xE power box. That's what I was talking about back there, and the hood decal. So that package gets you $8,950. The trailer tow accessories $95. Floor mats $170. The Sky Touch is $395. There's a doors off mirror kit by Mopar, which I believe relocates the mirrors, because that was a big deal when the Bronco came out. The Bronco, when you take the doors off, you kept the mirrors. When you take the mirrors off the Wrangler, you lost the mirrors. So they have a relocation kit, and I believe it straps on to the hood, if I remember the way I wrote that story. Just say it's been a minute, as the kids say, from a while ago I wrote that story. And so all in $78,000 when you get all of that stuff. The fuel economy was 20 miles per gallon combined, and I'm averaging 19.3, so pretty spot on with that. So there's all the details on that. Let's get back on the road and talk more about this Jeep Wrangler 4xE. Okay, I'm going to set cruise control and make sure that's all set. So one of the things we talked about in the walk around was the acoustic glass and how it made things quieter. So I'll turn on my sound, digital sound level meter. 7581, but the thing is, when I put it next to the glass, I have about 79. The problem is, when I put it up here, yeah, that's like 83, 84. So it's interesting, you know, it's a cool idea. But then when you add the one-touch roof, it kind of negates the idea. So I don't know. I do like the durability of the Gorilla Glass. 3-syllable word, Tim. I'm working on those. The Gorilla Glass. I like that idea. The acoustic stuff, mixed about. I'd like to see this as a hard top with the acoustic. I think it might be the best solution. So, yeah. Take or leave it with that. It was quieter earlier. I'm guessing the wind's kicked up since I started filming. To typically what happens around here as it gets past noon, the wind kicks up a little bit as it gets warmer. Yeah, just how the weather works around here. I'm gonna slow down here to about, that was the highway speed, we're doing about 70 there. Slow down to about 55. Oh yeah, it's dropping quite a bit in the cabin. You can even hear that with my voice, it's dropping dramatically as far as the overall decibel output. So it's just with Jeeps, right? So it's just by design, it's a louder vehicle. And I will say the 4xE, when I had the all the way charged up, because I plugged it in a couple times this week, the compressor for the AC, we were sitting at the drugstore or whatever, getting a prescription filled, and they have a drive up, and I was outside and had the window down. I couldn't hear the lady on the right there talking to me through the glass because the compressor was so damn loud, and I had turned the vehicle off completely, even though it was in electric mode only. So I still don't buy that the 4xE by itself is that quiet. I think the 4xE system by itself is that quiet, but when you have the AC going, the compressor is really loud, and the vehicle itself by design is loud. It's still a Wrangler at the end of the day. So take it as you want with that. You still get the electric only driving, so you do save on some fuel, but 20 miles per gallon is pretty good with this Wrangler. So I don't know, just kind of a mixed bag on all kind of stuff. The 4xE aspect of it is kind of a mixed bag for me with the Wrangler itself. I like the Wrangler overall, capable, cool, fun to drive. Yeah, all that stuff is great. So, all right, let's get back on the dirt and talk more about it on dirt roads. Okay, so one of the disadvantages of working by yourself is flying and drone driving. That's why I only do it out here, country roads, by myself, no traffic. So what do you got here? You have a really expensive Jeep Wrangler, right? But you have the fully loaded model, you have the electric driving only mode with the 4xE, you have the Rubicon off-road capability, you have the nice nap leather interior, you have the Jeep power box for off-grid kind of capability. I mean, you got everything in here. Now, people are going to say in the comments, my gosh, that's a lot of money for Jeep Wrangler. I would counter that and say that a lot of Jeep Wrangler owners are already putting that much money in their Jeep Wranglers themselves by modifying it after purchase. The reality is you get this in one nice loan with a warranty to boot. Sorry, just got sprayed on by the pivots. I'm like, why is the windshield all getting water? What the hell's going on out here? But also, like I said, it's an expensive Jeep Wrangler. You can get some lot cheaper versions of it. Remember, there was a 2-door manual that was, for a while, it was like $40,000 or $30,000, whatever it was. So it's just whatever your budget desires, whatever you want to do. For me, it was nice. Good week testing this, driving around. It was a good time. Yeah, it was a good time with Jeep Wrangler. So those are my thoughts on this 2025 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon X 4xE. For more videos and cool stuff I do out here in the country, wave at the person walking, check out videos up over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.